Okay, so this is part two, and it's about going backwards, right? So I needed to more than likely. I've been in the kitchen making stuff because what else is there to do but prepare, um, all your stuff for the next day. I'm still fasting, doing liquid fast, so it's plenty work cutting up all that ginger, and it's late, but I'm full of energy, so I'm going to do this video, part two, on going backwards in an effort to help us go forward. Because, as I said, spells are being casted. Now, here's one of the tools I use right here. It, of course, massages you, and it takes out some of the kinks, because a lot of us got a lot of kinks right now. Very, very much uptight and tense, especially with all this going on. And it's serious because we have our loved ones at stake, and they're away from us because we did not take the time to establish community. And as I always said and try to encourage people to come together with me, well, people are comfortable, unfortunately, and they don't take things that I say or others really too serious. But right now, they're finding that they have to now, or they don't have to. It is whatever they choose. We shall see. But things are not going to get better. And I'm not going to be the one to say, oh, don't talk negative. No, you know what? We need to just speak exactly what is happening right now. So things are not going to get better until we do. See, that's when they actually get better. But right now, things are not going to get better because we don't know what to do. We've been told what we should do. And because we're doing the same things that our parents did, well, we're going to get the same thing. You get the same results if you do what they did. My goal here is to prevent us from doing the same things so we don't get what they got because we do what they did. That is what this is all about. History repeating itself, and now we're going backwards. See? And we're going backwards over what? The same thing. Now, one of the things that we're going backwards into, right, is a recession. Of course, some who are old enough, they know that we've gone through a recession before. But we're even going back further than that. My mother used to talk about the Great Depression. Well, that was in the 1930s. And guess what? From me listening to her, I can see why she always had the house full of everything. Toilet paper was stocked every time there was a sale. She was looking inside the newspaper and she was looking at what was on sale. And I used to think, my goodness, don't we have enough of that already? And she said, girl, daughter, darling, we ain't never have enough. You don't know what's going to happen. And that's because she came through the Great Depression. So a lot of people who are hoarders today, they may have had a parent who was also one who came through the Great Depression and also became, what they call poverty conscious as well. So that is, traumas that stay in the, in the body. The body is just one big memory. Keep an eye on the time. Now, so that is why I'm talking about going backwards, because we're going over history so we can see what's coming. And it doesn't get better because it didn't get better. That's why we're here today, right? We reincarnated because we need to do this again and see if we can get it right. Because this is just another stage and another show, and nature is spiraling up, wanting to get better. But we thinking that nature is outside of us, and it's not. We're nature. We're different types of nature. We all fought about the races, and we didn't see ourselves as flowers. Some of us are cactus, some are roses, some are daffodils, some are lilies. I just so happen to be, well, a cactus or a lotus flower. I need the water or I need the sun. So we're not looking at each other as nature, and that's not natural. Um, that once again, I should say, is not really so much our fault when we're younger, but it is your fault when you get older, because as you got older, you're supposed to be able to have your eyes open and see, that something's not right and something smells a little fishy. So it's not really your fault if you're younger. But now, those that are older, you know something's fishy, and it's now incumbent upon you to help your youth not go through this, and suffer. Because we have to wake up faster, because remember, time is going by quickly. So we don't have time to debate the issue. What is, what isn't, right? We have to come to an agreement, one mind, that we are living souls. That's what we are, in different forms. Just like in Star Wars. You walk past someone and they could have 3 ears. It didn't matter. It's like, yeah, so what? You got 3 ears. That's how we have to look at each other as races. Like, yeah, so what? You're Caucasian. Are you nice? So what? You're black. Are you nice? What other characters do you have that are, balanced? Do you love nature? Well, do you know your nature? See, that is where we're going. We have to know our nature. Now, we have to go back to nature. Now, who is all the way back in nature? Well, of course, black people. They were first in nature. That was created a dark body, an avatar, a dark avatar body for the soul to enter, to experience all this. Then we have another root race, which would be the Indian, So you have dark race there. Now, or you have the Asian, and you have the Caucasian. But you have to notice something. Out of all of those races, there's only one race with nappy hair. So it's like they're the aliens. Now, if you even look at the Indo-Asians, they're dark, but they have straight hair. And so does the Asian and the Caucasian. So that means that, really, right, the Indo-Asian, right, is the leader, for lack of better terms, of the Asian and Caucasian. Meaning that, they came from his side, okay, genetically. Now, we have to ask ourselves, where did these nappy-headed people come from? Because they're the only nappy-headed people. So they must be the aliens. So we're not using that term correctly, and we have to get that right before we go backwards a little bit more. Part 3.